Clocked in, I'm locked in. I might not be a top 10, but I'm the realest nigga that ever put his socks in. A pair of moccasins, my confidence, competence, my common sense. I'm convinced that I'm the best at pumping shit. Blame my pops, he ain't come to the game, so it was either go deep or go insane. So I swung for defenses the whole game, but I was more of a base hitter than a race hitter. Searching for justice, just trying to figure out the route. No doubt, I was low down with pal. Wouldn't take much to get you choked out, but I'm cool, baby. I ain't been a fool lately. Dude thank me, these dudes hate me. We been making moves lately.
Yo, we back with another edition of the best podcast you never heard of. This is the Conceited Knowbody episode 225. Skypp is back. I titled it that. I don't even know if I put the 225 on there, man. Listen, I'm in disarray, but we definitely got the most important part of that speech. Skypp is back.
Skypp is back.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. Right on for having me, brother.
You already know who it is. Latour's, a.k.a. Dark Skin Thanos, a.k.a. Heartthrob Harrison, a.k.a. The Fan of Facts, a.k.a. The Commodity, a.k.a. Autonomous Don. And like I said, we about to have a fantastic show. We are hip-hop centered today. We're not going to get into any local news, but we're going to talk about, well, it is kind of local news. Local news, I hate that adjective attached to people. I was about to say the rappers, but I don't like calling people rappers.
Artists.
This guy who raps, he's much more than a rapper. But before we do get to him, we will. Matter of fact, fuck that.
It's your boy, Jason Ritchie, a.k.a. Go Jason R, a.k.a. Send me the cash on Cash App, Venmo. Man, we take cash. Oh, let's go. A.k.a. Vanessa Williams, a.k.a. Marty McHigh, a.k.a. Andrew P. Richard, a.k.a. Drew P. Dick, nigga, a.k.a. your favorite comedian, nigga. What's up, man? Skypp, how you doing, man?
Vanessa Williams.
I missed everything. I missed you last time you came, man.
All good.
So we had to do a proper introduction, man. Welcome.
So that, hey, I appreciate you having me, family. It's good to formally meet you. Good to got them and lock back in with you, bro.
Definitely.
We awoke now. What's up, niggas?
Awoke it.
How y'all doing?
I'm fantastic.
Can't
man.
complain, man.
Ain't no point.
Best shape of my life. I had the best training camp ever.
Top notch.
Ready.
Top shape.
But we
Rocky
are,
Montage.
You said who?
Rocky Montage. That's what you feeling like?
Hell yeah. I feel like a nigga who say that did get knocked out. Can't blame his marital issues and shit. Blame everything else but the other nigga's right hook. We are about to have a fantastic show, though. As we previously stated, we are in here with Skypp, a phenomenal person who happens to rap.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal at rapping. He was here before. This was right before you released King of Indiana.
Yeah, for sure.
King of Indiana, very, how do they say it? Braggadocious?
Yeah.
Very braggadocious.
Yeah.
Asserting his claim to a throne in Indiana. Dope ass. I like, my favorite part of the album was the intro, then the interlude. I like conceptual albums. I like concept albums and shit. And that was very dope. We are going to be hip hop center today. You do have a project coming out, right?
Yeah, coming out. Well, I don't know when this episode is dropping, but this Friday, February 3rd. Sorry for My Trauma will be out.
They gonna drop the same day.
Oh,
nice.
It's like Blueprint. It's like Blueprint World Trade Centers all over again. The magnificent correlation.
Yeah. So if you're watching this, you can go check it out as soon as this episode.
And it will be everywhere.
Definitely do that.
And we definitely gonna get more in detail. But what is it called?
Sorry for My Trauma. Sorry, the number 4, My Trauma.
Definitely. We're going to get more in depth with that concept. Speaking of concepts, before we do get started, I will be remiss not to mention, so far, my favorite album of 2023. It's early, man. We really on welfare day.
Right.
It's crazy how slow, fast it's going. My favorite album this year is The Mind of a Saint. I don't know if y'all familiar with it. First off, I know you watch Snowfall, right, Jason?
Yeah.
You?
Nah, no.
Snowfall. Listen, this is the last season. Thankfully, the first 3 were incredible. 4 should have been tossed in the trash.
We had to endure these last ones.
And I promise you I'm going to get us through this. In the words of Franklin Saint. But if this season can just get a glimpse of what it started off, it'll finish like it's supposed to. It's rare you can catch one of these type of series and stuff that's predicated on street life that sustain over the course of a time. We know Power fell off tremendously. The last season of Wire was embarrassing, and this is following the trend, but I hope that it can rebound for a phenomenal final season. With that said, the rapper Skyzoo, well, the guy who raps named Skyzoo. He's a good person who happens to rap very well.
Skyzoo.
Yeah,
I heard
fuck
him.
with
Yeah,
it.
I heard him.
Listen.
East Coast niggas, son. No, what is he?
Listen,
He's
I'm telling you. No, he's from, I think, Brooklyn.
I thought so. Okay.
There's no nigga down south named Skyzoo. Everybody named Elmer and shit like that.
He was like Papoose era and all that, right?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, if you're a fan of Snowfall, you have to check out this album. It's done completely from the perspective of Franklin Saint.
Interesting.
It is fucking phenomenal. And I'm not missing words when I say phenomenal. There's so much adjectives that I can attach to this. I'm sure that this album will only be surpassed with, sorry for my trauma dropping Friday, but in the context of everybody here right. Everybody here writes something. The reason why this is so remarkable for me is because he's a New York rapper rapping about some California 1980s based shit. The crack era, the real crack era, when that shit got to cracking. And I first criticized and shout out to my homie Wood at Pay Me No Mind podcast. He had the pleasure of interviewing Skyzoo and his producer, the other guys.
Nice.
When me and him at first, he sent me that track. I didn't like the track. I liked the song, but I didn't like the track because it was too not West Coast. Mm-hmm. I wanted to hear some funky shit, you know what I'm saying? Some 80s samples type shit, considering that's how West Coast music was, early hip hop was in that regard. So I was kind of like lukewarm on my desire to hear the album because I feel like it didn't have a California sound. Mm. Boy, was I wrong. Mm. I heard this fucking album. I felt like the person who criticized Idris for playing American roles. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, it works. Mm-hmm. It works. The album is incredible. The concept, the perspective. It made me. It's so good that it made me go back and watch the first season of Snowfall.
But the production sounds like East Coast though.
It just sounds like music.
Oh, okay.
That's
what it should sound like.
It sounds like a fucking soundtrack to Franklin, man. It comes from so many perspectives and shit, from his parents his father being in the Panthers, to him trying to do the school thing, to him being inadvertently introduced to the game, his relationship with Mel, things like that, man. And it offers so much insight. One song, I think it's called Apologies on Order. Mm-hmm. I told him, if y'all get a chance, check it out. It sounds like Song Cry 2. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z Song Cry 2. And it is a fucking incredible. And I think that you have to watch the show to appreciate it. Because it's like it filling the gaps and stuff to what we don't like about the show as far as the writing. It offers so much more insight and depth. It's a fucking incredible album, man. I haven't felt this way about a fucking album in a long time. And it just
gave you goosebumps?
It did not. It did not. It did not. That's like hard nipples for a nigga. No, no, I did not.
I ain't even refer to a male nipple.
Hey, man, listen.
You did that.
A nigga bump up, nigga. That just ain't right. But no, it's a phenomenal album. And I just want to mention that since we are talking about hip hop with a phenomenal hip hop artist here, it's only right.
Out,
check the series out.
I'm gonna get an album of spin. I don't know about the series.
It won't.
How many seasons of Snowfall is out?
About 3 or 4.
6, right?
About 3 or 4.
You said season 4 was trash. So.
You said how many out? You said how many out? I said 3 or 4. The final season starts the 25th of this month, actually.
Okay.
But listen, the album won't hit the same if you haven't watched the show.
Yeah, I believe.
But anyway, what we talking about, man? We do have hip hop topics on deck. Briefly touch on the Young Thug shit.
Oh, I did want to say something that throw us off. That throw us off real quick. When I did stand up recently last week.
I'm so fucking. Hold on, man.
It was just.
This is for me. This is for me. This is for me. I was so engulfed in my explanation of a phenomenal album that I didn't consider your feelings and ask you what the fuck you did.
No. This is
all.
This is the segue to the real thing, though. Okay. So I was just working on some new shit. You ain't missing nothing. Like it was like 3 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't even do my new shit for real because the news of the Aretha Franklin shit had came out. Do y'all know what I'm referring to?
I have no idea. Did she
Oh,
climb
my
up out of
God.
the grave?
Apparently, the trans community has deemed
You make me
natural
feel.
woman offensive to the trans community. So I definitely had to touch on that evening. No pun intended. But I mean, what did y'all think about that though? They going to dig niggas shit up out the grave and say this is offensive. Like these niggas is time traveling fucking outrage police.
This is egregious. It's the equivalent of going if I was to win Mr. American, if there was such a thing, and they go back to my tweets where I said "fuck America" from 2012. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna be Mr. American? It's real weird. It seems hoaxy. I don't, because for one, we always hear this community, that community, Asian community, black community, the homosexual community. Who is the community? Like, where do they meet at and have we met at this fucking meeting? Like, where do these communities take place? I think
They
it's
definitely
just
sitting there
a slow day in journalism.
They definitely just sitting there like, what else? What else? What else? How do you feel about this as an artist in the music game?
Man, I try to be open-minded, and I say shit like, I don't know what it feel like to be in their shoes or whatever, but I don't know, just being offended by every little thing has to be like draining for them, bro. You know, like, I don't know.
Definitely.
It has to be draining, man, and all, you know, more power to them, but you know, some shit just ain't really an issue.
I think a bigger question is, do you ever feel like creatively limited because of something that they might try to go back in the future? I mean, in the past try to get.
Nah, I don't do that. Okay. I mean, I'm the kind of artist that don't even get into that type of bag anyway. But if I was to say some shit like that I didn't realize offended them, like I'm gonna be honest, I just don't really give a fuck.
Exactly.
But because I know I didn't have no ill intention when I say I never have ill intentions when I speak in my music. So
facts.
You know what I mean?
Do you think, and it's crazy because Jason, he's a comedian, and it's real weird that, well, he's a guy who does comedy. He's a phenomenal person who happens to do comedy. I don't reduce people to their occupations or their hobbies. But for the sake of this conversation, you are a comedian. They really got on comedians. Dave Chappelle, he acquiesced to all their demands. I think that he was a agent. We've talked about that. But do you feel limited in the scope of what you can talk about or anything like that?
Nah, I felt more compelled than ever to say whatever the hell I felt, because it was like, nigga, the audacity of you to go try to get something that was deemed great and just like flip the script on that shit. Like, that came from a good place, number one. Number two, most of you niggas is trying to switch over to become women, is trying to be, you want to feel like a natural woman. That was the whole point of you doing this, this shit. So, I don't be feeling. I just feel like somebody got to say something. Like, it's got to be a line.
Put
like,
your
come
dick
on,
up.
man. You nigga say what you want, feel what you want, nigga. Ain't nobody, like he said. I'm not coming from a place of maliciousness or nothing like that. But I get upset for real when you try to tell a nigga how to talk. That's one of my pet peeves, personally.
What I hate about that type of thing, though, where people have to get, like, when you talk to artists, they have to get real sensitive to that particular issue. That's like a manufactured issue. You're supposed to laugh at that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
You're supposed to laugh. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. But it's not the same outrage when we sit around here talking about people drinking, drugging, and murdering. Like, it's nobody ever goes up to somebody and be like, can you believe that you offended somebody's grandmother? Can you talk about killing their grandson? You was smoking on their grandson? My God. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody brings up that issue, man, and they really bury black issues in the bottom of the fucking pit, nigga. It's like in the context of, let's be mad. Black lives is sunk all the way back. We need a crisis. We need, like, that shit that happened a couple weeks ago. We need like 7 white dudes and a 6-year-old black boy with a lollipop to get back on top. But and it's crazy because I did want to just go hip hop, but that Memphis shit was insane. Yeah. The police officer, that shit was it's what's it? It's fucked up. I can't think of his name, and I can't think of it because it's hard for me to just keep up with this shit. But You know what? I don't want to talk about it today because I don't want to disrespect it by not being as detailed as possible. We did take off a couple weeks with it. Life been happening. And we did miss
Life
about
finds
the
a way.
young guy who they refer to as a thug, young thug. He out here doing the most niggerish shit ever.
Jeffrey.
This nigga's doing broke nigga in the county jail shit. He said that Young Thug and one of his YSL co-defendants are accused of pulling off a hand-to-hand drug deal while in court.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit, bro.
He said you don't believe it?
Nah, I mean, obviously he's handing them something, but even if he is handing them drugs, Thug didn't know that shit was about to happen, bro. That's some bullshit.
They definitely
That's some bullshit dude was on. You know what I mean? And they said he was serving a life sentence already for a murder. I don't know. That's some fishy shit, but I highly doubt it. That shit was planned, bro. That seemed like
I'm gonna keep it above. And this is you hear me some shit. Hey, what's this? I'm not keeping no secrets that I didn't know was going to happen. If you hand me some dope and shit, and I'm already fighting for my life. If I wasn't complicit in it, I'm not gonna be complicit in it.
They definitely, and then nigga will be like, he snitched on him in the courtroom. Like, nigga, you put this shit in my hand.
Right. They said courtroom surveillance footage captured the moment Wednesday in Fulton County Court. Khalif Adams walked over to Thug, and I hate that they don't call this nigga his real name. Jeffrey. I hate that this is in journalism. His name is Jeffrey. I'll do respect to his mother. And clearly hands him an object. Aside from the cameras, at least two bailiffs were just a couple feet away, saw the whole transaction and immediately nabbed Adams. According to docs obtained by TMZ Hip Hop, a deputy later discovered the object was a baggie of Percocet pills. While Adams is the defendant in YSL RICO case, he is already serving life without parole sentence for murder. Jeffrey's lawyer, Keith Adams, no relation, denied his clients had anything to do with the drug dealer's estate claims in docs. He says Jeffrey complied after being instructed to hand over the pills to the deputy. By the way, when deputies searched Khalif, they said that he had more perks, marijuana, tobacco, and other contraband wrapped in plastic and food seasoning, a mass and scent of weed. He was taken to a nearby hospital because authorities suspected that he had swallowed drugs in attempts to conceal them. I imagine he was already doing life in prison, so he had to be searched before he entered the court buildings. Like, where in the fuck is he transporting this shit from? It's strange to me.
Definitely.
That shit weird.
It's super weird.
They made it sound like everybody was bringing shit up in there for him because they knew he was going to jail. They was like, Mama brought some tobacco too, or somebody else brought some. I was like, what the fuck is this?
The thing was
right about that.
It said it was Yak Gotti.
I remember him being on that Dream song.
Who?
How you doing? This Yak Gotti. Y'all got bodies on bodies.
Oh, for real?
He said,
come in, tell me what's up.
That's my nigga. What he say? That's my nigga. We get caught, we won't say nothing. Why is all that non-snitching shit? I don't know if he snitched.
I'm about to say,
he did with some monkey shit though, walking in and dropping some shit off on him like that.
This is a whole another person. Yak Gotti's mother, Latasha Kendrick. By the way, I'm gonna hold this picture up for my co-host to see. Clearly, before I read anything else, we're certain she did.
She did it.
Whatever it said, this bitch did. She did that shit, son. She was arrested and charged for trying to sneak tobacco to her son who was accused of murder. Can you imagine, nigga, like you tweaking that bag, like, Mama, bring me some cigarettes. How did that conversation go?
That's the one thing you brought him. If you think he's finna spend none of this time in jail,
just a way to smuggle shit in. That ain't it though. That's why I feel like it's something fishy.
It's especially not through your mother.
That shit's fishy, bro.
It is, but the world's a stage. A lot of this shit be fucking contrived. And we never know when we getting toyed with.
Right.
Side note. Darren Hamlin might be dead. DeMar Hamlin might be dead. They got me. They got me, man. He might be dead. I don't know if that's that guy. I don't know. Have you seen him talk?
No.
Has you survived cardiac arrest in football? And would you be on Good Morning America going and cutting ribbons and kissing babies in different cities?
Yeah,
this is a social media area where vanity is at an all-time high. Then they did produce a video where he was talking. If you watch the video, it is the most edited and chopped up shit you're gonna see. It is egregious. It's scary. Matter of fact, I hate that Go look on Twitter.
I gotta check that out.
Go to Twitter and just type in his name.
I was wondering, like, did he do anything in the game after? Because I'm sure or did they let him
He
play
was
after
supposed
that?
to limp out like Willis Reed and shit, kick a field goal or some shit. I don't know if they going as far as to say he was cloned. I'm not sure if I believe that. Although I believe in cloning, I don't think you can just clone a person, an adult with the hand with the brain speed, like everything up to speed like that. But like I don't think you can transfer consciousness, and that's what we'll have to do for you to have an adult clone person. But it's definitely
you know too much about this.
It's some. Hey, this ain't me.
You've been experimenting.
This is not me. This is not me.
So.
The real me died in a crash in 2012. This is something crazy. Bubba Sparks fans, everybody don't raise your hands at once. I never was, but I'll raise my hand for a second in the conversation. Bubba Sparks has opened up about failing to live up to the expectations of Interscope Records executives who thought the Georgia rapper was going to be the next Eminem. Speaking of Vlad TV, Bubba, real name Warren Mathis, I'll refer to him as Bubba. I'm sure that's like family. I'm sure his grandpa called him. It's Paw. Revisited the making of his second album, Deliverance, which he released via Timberland's Beat Club imprint under the Interscope umbrella. It was a different sound, Bubba said, of the 2003 LP. Kim and I had really went in and did some soul searching, and we recorded to Swing for the Fences, and you know what I'm really saying? I had just did the We Ready, Archie Eversaw joint.
We ready. We ready. We ready.
People was hype in the streets, about Bubba Sparks, and I was really ready to get it on with Lil Jon and come like that, but Tim was like, think about this. What if we made the music sound the way that Ugly video looked? Referring to Bubba's breakout 2001 hit accompanying the Rockets, however you say that shit, video celebration. The stereotypes of Southern life and Timberland wanted to make an album that best represented the part of American life while building country, bluegrass, and hip hop. He was what is called a slut. And I mean no disrespect, but this is record labels do. They get out here and they get you out of your element to fit a persona. They turn you into a caricature of yourself and stuff. They strip you and you get caught at the moment sometime, and next thing you know, it's 20 years later and you talking to Vad on the couch talking about what you should have done. As far as the Eminem thing, do y'all think that he had the chops or the ability to be off?
I don't think they mean skill wise when they say that. They couldn't mean
because he talking about himself, so it's him when he say like he the one who's saying.
I do believe that they probably wanted him to mimic that success as a white rapper.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they was saying like skillfully he could do that. They probably was just saying like, hey, this is like be a down south Eminem. You know what I mean?
Yo, if I think anybody successfully did what Bubba Sparks was trying to do, it would be Yellow Wolf, I guess.
You think so?
Fucking Paul Wall.
Something like that, yeah. Like one of them type of, like with that weird sound. Like, I mean, not conventional. Yeah, Yellow
Wolf just got a dirty creep. Like,
and I think that's what they was trying to do with Bubba Sparks.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying, but I agree. I agree with that shit.
I feel like a dirty creep.
And
I love Yellow Wolf.
Nah, I think you're right.
About some racist shit he was doing to his black artists, but other than that, I fuck with his music. But even then, like he wasn't nowhere near the next.
I could not imagine riding around in a car listening to no fucking Yellow Wolf, Green Wolf, or Blue Wolf.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, bro, Yellow Wolf got his albums ain't like for us, but you can find a song or two on each album that you really gonna be like.
I could tell he had talent.
Yeah, he got some songs, bro. I'd be like, all right.
But I would rather listen to a motherfucker and do a tuba, play a tuba solo and shit, or some James Brown. But no, I'm joking. Sorry, I did like that shit to my best friend.
Yeah, that's one of them ones.
That shit hard to be. I mean, he got talent and shit. But as far as the Eminem thing with that, where Bubba Sparks don't understand that, sometimes when you break in a mold, there's only room for one. And then we got the token white boy in hip hop. Let's get that. But Eminem wasn't a token for the sake of being a token. Before a lot of people knew Eminem, a lot of people knew Eminem. So he was on the underground just eating before he became mainstream. Mm-hmm. And he was a real legit talent. I think that he was a person who got pushed more gimmicky. but his lyrical dexterity afforded him the opportunity to balance it with some of his more serious songs, such as "Clean Out My Closet" and "The Stand Shit." So I mean, Bubba Sparks never showed that. I think that his biggest thing that he probably could have gotten was to be the Dudley boy. You know what I'm saying? The cool white boy down south who wrestled with the black boy. You know what I'm saying? Get the chair.
Nah, for real.
But all jokes aside, and he could rap. But as with the Paul Wall shit, you can rap, but you sound like exactly who you next to.
Right.
There's no distinction. With Eminem, he didn't sound like nobody. You know what I'm saying? So he created a lane, and that's that.
You know what? The closest motherfucker to have that gimmicky sound is Lil Dicky.
To Eminem.
Yeah.
Like that
He can rap.
That comedic ass, but he can rap too.
Yeah.
He took it. He definitely took it the way, like a positive.
He definitely did his
way. Shit. The opposite
favorite Lil Dicky song.
Like opposite end of the perspective.
Favorite Lil Dicky song.
Huh?
Favorite Lil Dicky song.
The one with Snoop Dogg. The one where he do the interview with him. I think that's what it's called. Rapper interview.
Some shit like that.
I forgot what it's called, but
Speaking of Snoop, let me say this real quick.
Don't be trying to put me on the spot. What's yours, nigga?
I've never listened to that.
His point was niggas don't listen.
I know he did got a TV show on it.
Yeah. TV show.
I don't know.
I just listen to try to listen to one thing at least from everybody, because I'm like, what the fuck is so
favorite Nas X song?
I don't have
one thing.
No, I don't have a favorite.
Miss Ray Marie.
I've heard some.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite.
Hell no. Real quick, y'all see that Snoop video, Curb Your Enthusiasm? Crip Your Enthusiasm? And listen, I haven't watched, that's probably like the third hip hop video that I watched that wasn't from around here. Like, I'd rather watch a nigga's video here in Indianapolis than I do on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the grind. But, and I say that just because I don't watch videos like I did when I was young. I think I videoed out and shit by 97.
Yeah.
We used to record on VCR. But check out Crip Your Enthusiasm. It's a play of Curb Your Enthusiasm. He got the little characters. They like I don't want to say the claymation, but it's some sort of animation. Mm-hmm. And it's him. He got Biggie and Pac on there. It's a dope ass video. The concept good as hell, and even at this age, Snoop is making good music. He's making good music. Of course, it's not doggy style, but it is phenomenal music still, considering. And before we get to this final document, Chronic is back on streaming services. On a 30-year anniversary, and I am looking forward to listening to it. A complete classic album that I don't want to say it changed the West Coast, but it solidified the West Coast, which was on the heels of the incredible Ice Cube reign, fresh off the NWA reign. And this was like, damn, this was like, I think, peak West Coast. We can talk about the Tupac shit, but this shit was brief. People don't understand that Tupac was only on death row for like 9 months. Had a couple albums out. As far as peak West Coast, this was the introduction of Death Row, the entity that we know now as one of the greatest, if not the most controversial rap label ever, but it produced Chronic, Doggy Style, Dog Food, Murder Was the Case soundtrack. I mean, boom, 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 culminating with the Pac shit. This was a fucking era. And the thing that made me really sick was they said 30 years ago. Damn. That hurt my fucking knee. My knee started hurting when they said that shit.
Definitely. The arthritis real bad.
From one, damn, I don't even know how to trans. NBA Youngboy.
Don't say trans.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I read about this shit.
NBA Youngboy has revealed his plans to become a Mormon, crediting the Christian theology with helping him pull out of a dark place. In a sprawling interview with Billboard, the Baton Rouge rapper said his support of Mormonism began after being visited by missionaries while on house arrest in Utah. Youngboy said distinctly he turned them away the first time they appeared on his doorstep before having second thoughts and welcoming them into his home. I've been in a similar situation. I invite them into my home, but for different, more nefarious reasons. I wanted a bicycle. No.
Bicycle.
I wanted, what did he say? Oh, what the fuck? Little ad popped up. I wanted help very badly. I needed a friend, and it hit me. He admitted it was just cool to see someone with different mindset that had nothing to do with business and money. Just these wonderful souls. This is the same shit that happened to Craig Mack.
Damn.
The missionaries then began visiting the rapper home every day where they would engage and talk with him about the Book of Mormon and sought to make sure young boy's heart was in the right place for his official baptism into the church. He said his plan is to become baptized into the Church of Latter-day Saints after his house arrest is over. Even when my negative thoughts come back, when I do tell them not today, I just don't let nothing stop it, he said.
Mm.
What do you take from that?
How come everybody got the same approach to recruiting these niggas? Like, whether you Jehovah's Witness or you the fucking Avon lady, nigga. Like, is this working? I guess these niggas sound like Scientologists, man. It sound weird how they did this shit. They came to do like a stress test. Like they knew it seemed like they preyed upon him, but he opened himself up to that. Like you said, he let him in. So this is just kind of weird. I don't know what to say about that, man.
Skypp.
Lost for words. Skypp. What do you think?
I mean, I always felt like in life ain't no rules, bro. Whatever works for you to make you a better person. And if he really genuinely becoming a better person, shit, go for it, bro.
Yeah.
Now, if they get to brainwash you and shit, that's a whole different story. I don't know shit about the Mormon shit. I don't want to be offensive, but I mean, I don't know. If it makes you a better person, do that shit. You know what I mean, they said he dropped the album since then, and it was less.
Sean Bradley was on that bitch freestyle.
Sean Bradley
and Mormon.
Yeah.
I can see that actually.
He went to BYU. Everybody go to BYU damn here. He took his little pilgrimage and shit, I think, in his junior year. But I do know about the Church of Mormon. Church of Mormon is one of the most disgusting sects of religion out of a totally disgusting religion anyway. It's crazy because until 1978 they wouldn't even allow black people to be like ministers or like leaders. They had this ideology that dark-skinned people or black people were children like of curse. They had the Hamite curse, which is the bastardization of the curse that the Most High, put on Canaan, and it's a whole. The origins are racist, and then even outside of just the social aspect of it, as far as race is concerned, the founder of it is John Smith,
right.
who himself was. It's crazy because if you ever get a chance, look up the parallels between Islam and Mormonism. Both of the prophets were said to have been visited by an angel. In Islam's situation, it was Gabriel. With Mormonism, it was an angel they called Moroni. They viewed themselves as lost children of Israel. They felt like they was a tribe who incidentally was in America and stuff, and they felt like they had the authority of the scriptures. It was weird because I study all this shit. They started like in Illinois. The founder got ran up out of there. They treated like a charlatan and shit. He was a huckster, stealing all that stuff. Then they moved out west. They settled Utah. He incidentally got killed. He got killed. I can't remember exactly what. He was in the Freemasonry, all this stuff, a lot of witchcraft. So the man says, the main man says that my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. When you don't know your history, you acquiesce to everybody else's history. Cultural. I forgot what we was talking about. Acculturation, that's what it is. Where you just engulf yourself in somebody else's shit and ignorantly you just take on what the fuck they got on. I'm sure he don't know that it was a particular time where they just rejected our people from being around them when we shouldn't want to be around people anyway.
You probably don't know.
You don't, and again, that's what it is. The lack of knowledge causes you to perish. You fall from not studying. You totally just dive head first into something like this, not knowing the spiritual attachments attached to things like this. So, I mean, but I incidentally do believe in rules. I don't live a chaotic. I don't believe in chaos. I don't believe in do without will. The phrase that was coined by Aleister Crowley and people.
Do without will, you said?
Do without will.
You're definitely not a fucking robot.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the same thing what you said where it's long as it feel good. They said, let love be the law. So they say that long as it feel good, it is good. You know what I'm saying? There's no boundaries. And when you say you don't
agree with that.
But when you say you don't believe in rules, like you can't have a rule for not believing in rules, can you?
Touche.
I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. You might have took it out of a little context.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Like I had a conversation with my buddy about that. He like, bro, it needs to be like you need to know where to draw the line in life. So I get that
general
100%.
structure.
I agree with that. But when I mean rules, just like religion and shit. Like whatever religion you choose there's no rules to that. We don't have facts on anything. I believe in what I believe in, and I believe in it, but I don't know. You know what I mean? So that's what I really mean. Like, ain't no rules to what career, what religion, what beliefs. You know what I mean?
But that's whatever you choose, it's a set of guidelines, basically.
Yeah, and if it make you a better person and shit, I mean, all we can do is have good intentions. We don't know shit.
And then I don't want to just go all the way off the topic of the show, but when we say we don't like have facts, when we say things like that, it's like you personally, have you sought out the facts? Like, have you done a deep dive to where you can?
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I have not.
And I would hope that he did prior to doing that, but we know he didn't.
He did. But my point is, though, sometimes you can't dispute absolute if you haven't come to an absolute.
Because he might have made it a choice on that.
Denial of it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't absolutely refute something, I think that it's a, you know what I'm saying? It's not wise to just be like, we don't know. Because there's some people who know.
That's a fact. I give you that 100% for sure.
But again, though, NBA young boy, he sound like a person on a journey. You know what I'm saying? He one of them dudes who seem like he gets so much so fast, and it's hard for him to decide who really's for him or not. And so I can understand how you can get caught at a vulnerable state like that. He said the first time somebody didn't want no money from him.
How old is he?
Yeah, he young boy.
Little shit like that.
He 18?
No, hell.
Oh, okay.
Damn, he that young.
23.
And so he's impressionable. And then you would like, it's crazy because the people who should like give him knowledge or wisdom, they probably asking for $1.
That's a fact.
And so I wasn't bullshit when I said I invited them in. I let them come in. They play their DVD and shit, and we sit down and we talk. And I incidentally knew way more about their shit than they knew. And it blew their fucking mind, you know what I'm saying? So they had to leave. Get the fuck out of here. I was real respectful and stuff, but I just like that type of dialogue. But it is what it is, man. I want to talk about a real rapper. A real guy who raps.
A real artist.
A great person who raps very well.
Appreciate that, though.
Has an album coming out incidentally. Jason liked that shit. He called me on about 7 minutes ago. Incidentally. But no, what's happening, man? What's been going on with you?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. I'm just trying to do what I can, trying to turn a little to a lot with the little that I got. You know what I mean?
That is a bar. And is that on the album?
Nah, that's
that is
old
a bar.
I said a long time ago. I think I want to make a song out of that shit, though. But yeah, I said that shit a while back.
That's what's happening.
It's a good one.
So this album is called what again?
Sorry for my trauma. Yeah.
And I did say that this was an interesting topic. And I do want to ask, last time that we talked about, last time you was here, you talked about therapy. Is this anything, does it tie in with that at all?
I've been doing therapy for a while. What's funny is me and my therapist took like a 1.5-year break. But before we took that break, I was prepping to release this album, which go to show how long this shit got delayed. But yeah, so I guess you could say it played a hand in it because he did kind of talk me through some of the things I addressed in the album. So yeah, therapy probably did play a little part in that.
What was the process of the album? We did mention the King of Indiana. How much does it differ from that? Go ahead.
Yeah, this album, it differs from King of Indiana greatly. Because King of Indiana was like hip hop, super hip hop.
Yeah.
This shit is super melodic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whole different vibe. It still has like a storyline. It still got like, some little skits and whatnot to add some cinematography to it. But it's a completely different album. It's addressing real shit. King of Indiana, I was kind of just talking my shit the whole album. It was a little bit of content in there that was, a little genuine and sincere, but this is like completely genuine and sincere. So it's a little more of my flavor, a little more of my style. I'm not really a hip hop guy like
close
that.
to the heart.
Yeah, I just wanted to show that I could do the hip hop shit.
Yeah.
For King of Indiana. You know what I mean?
And when you say that, so would you say it's like a maturity thing? Like the content more mature, more grown manish? Because when you say it's just not hip hop, is it more like, what can I say, like life based, like actual things going on?
100%. But I will say the sound is not more mature than King of Indiana because nothing gets more mature than pure hip hop.
Yeah.
That's like the most mature form of hip hop. But this is more melodic, which is more fun, which is more kid friendly. You know what I mean? Like that whole rabbit hole. But
you got a bop.
But the content, the conversation is more mature because it's like it starts off you know, just talking about straight ghetto shit, like not in an ignorant way, but just like this is where I'm from. Yeah. And then it ends with this is where I am now. Well, not now, but at like the age of 19 and 20. And then I'm gonna continue this with Sorry for My Trauma too, where I go from like my 20s to my 30s.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
nice. That's dope. That's dope. Again, we was
well thought through as well.
Definitely,
at least.
Finally. I was just saying how I like concepts. I like when people like think about stuff before they go and record. It is fun, like you say, just going there, just you got some clever shit you write, and it's like this is some motherfucking bars. But I think it's a little bit tougher to be, you know what I'm saying, with a subject. When you say the melodic thing, and you say the beats that's you say like I want a kid friendly, child friendly. Would you say, would it be something comparable like I Can by Nas, where it has that catchy type stuff, but he's saying something in the song?
Kind of like the new age version of that. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, you can play this in the trap or you can play it in the school. You feel me? Like,
yeah, that's a hell of a swing.
Like that. So it's like you can play it in the trap or the school.
Hell of a range.
You can play it in the trap because trap niggas went through what I went through. I was on some trap shit. You can play it in the school because it's like, even though it's serious, it's the drums is fun, you know what I mean? Like, and it got a catchiness to it. But I mean, I think it's just a versatile album, bro, and it's addressing some real life shit. I mean, I dug deep. I could have dug deeper, but I had to save some for part 2. But I mean, I don't know, bro. I can't wait to see how the people receive it.
What was inspiring you at the time you was writing?
I don't know, because when I write albums, I usually make music first before I try to come up with a concept and a title and all that. And this is just what was coming out the most was trauma. I think I was just growing and I was ready to address some shit and just get it out of my system at that point in my life. And when I listened back to the songs I made initially, I was just like, damn, like this shit I gotta dig all the way into this trauma bag and let it all out.
How important was your, like when you talk about the therapy? A lot of people use music as therapy. So is it like a double dose of it for you?
Hell yeah.
Because when you in therapy, do you feel like you get everything out that you can put in the music too?
Nah, the music bring out shit that you wouldn't think to say in therapy. So I was taking lyrics back to my therapist, like, hey man, I wrote this today. I didn't know it was this. I didn't know it was in there, but I wrote this today, and then we'll address it in therapy. Like, it was dope shit like that, bro.
That's dope.
Shout out to my therapist, Darnay, man. He helped me break down some of my own lyrics, like address shit, and you know what I mean, try to build steps to heal from stuff. For sure.
So what's been the most important, and like far as this album goes right here? The song that you was talking about, the one that you said has the range, what was this one called?
The one that's already out? What you mean?
The one that you said that had the range that could be played in school.
I was talking about the whole album.
Oh, the whole album?
Yeah,
oh, okay, okay.
For the most part, like I said, the whole album, you can relate to it as a street nigga.
Oh, okay, okay. I see what you're saying.
As a child, you can relate to it too, because I'm starting off in my childhood and I end in the streets, but like growth though. You know what I mean? Like, it's the range is crazy, but I released a single from the album called My HLF. My Homie Lover Friend is what HLF stand for. And that's like straight, like it's a flip on Pony by Genuine. Yeah. So that shit crazy.
Who did the track?
It was a collaboration by the Megalodon. The Megalodon made the foundation of the track. Zero, the composer, and my guy Howie. They came through and did some post-production and livened it up a little bit.
I ain't heard it, man. I gotta hear it though.
Yeah, bro. It's definitely going crazy, bro. Not for real. Like my kids. Like I never made music for kids, bro. Yeah. And I didn't make this for kids, but being around the kids showed me.
You sound kind of like R. Kelly now, man. Relax. Relax.
I work in schools.
I'm fucking with you.
I work in schools and whatnot. And when this song came out, my students like went insane, bro. And I'm just like, I did something I ain't know I was doing.
That was an accident, but I like it.
I didn't know I was doing that, but that's where the melodics come in. Kids love melodic music.
Now, real quick, you a teacher? You teach?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. Well, how is that? Like with these children, and because how old are you now?
30.
30. So you got a lot of perspective that you didn't have when you was in high school.
Sure.
So let's go high school. Let's say 14 years ago.
Right.
So it was 14 years ago. That's 2000. What? I'm not good at 2009. Mm-hmm. Is it not?
Yep.
Who was the hardest rapper in 2009?
Lil Wayne,
Lil Wayne.
Probably. Yeah.
How do you think you would have responded to Lil Wayne if he was in your school at that age?
What you mean?
Do you
like,
think he'd have been somebody who you could have looked up to?
He was a young nigga too.
But I'm saying though,
nah, I probably wouldn't have looked. I mean, as a rapper,
because he about 10 years older than you.
As a rapper, I would have looked up to him, but as a human, probably not.
So when you were in school, do you think the children look at you as a rapper and a human? Do you think you had that?
I don't carry myself. I don't bring Skypp into the school. So if they look up to me in any kind of way, it probably is as a human. But some kids do they digging. So some of them may look up to me as a rapper, but I don't present that to them. I present a human being.
And so if they hear you as a rapper, and then they hear you on there saying whatever, I haven't heard the album, but if you're saying something that can negatively influence them, that's a possibility. It's positive too. But if they hear something where is it somewhere you could be deemed to be glorifying a particular lifestyle?
Yeah.
You do. Do you think? How do you think?
I agree with what you're saying. Like that is.
And I'm not saying it like you responsible for them, but I'm like they see you every day.
Yeah, but that's why I'm careful with what I say. I don't make shit like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, and if I do, it's gonna have some kind of side to it that's like also glorifying getting out of that shit.
Cautionary tale.
I was about to say,
I'm not gonna just give them straight ignorance.
Because it's just you explaining life like it happened. It's not that we jumped out of school, blocker.
Nah, I ain't doing none of that. I never done none of that shit.
How long had you been working with the kids?
I've been working in the school since 2014, bro.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I was at another school for 4 years, and I've been at this school for this will be the 5th year.
So it definitely goes without saying you was doing this before that. I mean, you was rapping before you was.
You know the shit where they were shitting their pants.
Now, when I was at Warren, I was Skypp, which is part of the reason why I had to leave that school, bro. Because like they just didn't take me serious as a human being or a teacher. So I had to go start over somewhere else, bro, and like really apply myself and realize like there's boundaries to this shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And that's definitely a part of growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody expect me fly. I'm not Superman all the time. Relax.
You stupid.
Far as the production, you mentioned Megalodon. Who else got some production on there?
Megalodon did about 60% of the album. Zero did about 30, and Zero probably did about 35, and then the last 5% was split between my guy Howie, who did a lot of post production. He didn't produce the track, but he did a lot of post production. And T-Mart, he laid the foundation for one song, and then Zero went and reproduced it. So it's mainly Zero and the Megalodon.
Shout out to Zero, Megalodon. You said Howie.
And
T-Mart. Shout out to all them.
Shout out to him.
How many tracks are on the album?
We got 12 songs.
Was it a reason why you did 12 or it just ended up 12?
It just ended up 12.
We got some B-sides coming or it's all going to part 2?
Man, I got so many fucking songs, bro. We started off with picking 10 songs. I ended up adding 3, and then I took 2 of them and made them one song. So it's really 13 songs, but 12 tracks.
Well, you got any features?
I got one feature. My guy Big Woods, who just dropped the album recently too, called Self. So gotta check that out. Big with 2 G's and Wood, WOOG. For sure.
That's what's up.
He's the only feature on the album.
Do you like having albums with limited features?
Yeah, I don't ask too many people because first of all, you ask them and they get the bullshit.
Yeah,
second of
definitely.
all, like, I mean, I just like my stuff is usually personal, bro. Like I can bring somebody to give their perspective, but I'd rather just give my perspective wholly. You know what I mean? Real quick, hold on.
It's all good. We hey, you gotta leave his leg. Yeah, there's all the girl in this shot.
Yeah.
But we who you been listening to?
Man, you know what? Like 60% of my shit is like R&B and gospel, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what's up.
Because I came up on ignorant music, bro, and it made me so ignorant. And now I'm trying to balance all that ignorance, bro. So I listen to that a lot. The other 40 is like Nip, Pop, Cole, UGK. You know what I mean? Like hip hop wise, I dive into every bag hip hop wise. But I've been trying to lay off that shit unless it's something that's making me feel good, bro. I'm tired of feeling like I want to fuck something up. I want to feel good and feel calm. You know what I mean? Like, so I just been on really mainly gospel type wave, bro. Just trying to get in my little spiritual bag and relax, and not worry so much, not be so anxious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, when you are recording, is it hard for you to like listen to other rappers? You find yourself influenced?
Nah, man. At this point, bro, like music just come to me, bro. Like ain't too much that can fuck up my creative flow.
Yeah. You got anything, Jason?
No, I'm just
What?
you nailing it.
Yeah, the bad.
Listen, but me bragging. She watch me. They be about Skippy sometimes. Don't watch him. Watch me. No, but so and this album is coming out Friday.
Yeah.
You said you getting a lot of response from the single.
Yeah, the single going crazy. I had a listening party a few days ago too, man. And
So you invite yourself here, but you ain't invite us to this listen. Okay,
Where was it at?
Okay,
I publicly invited everybody.
I want to feel special, man. I needed it. I
Where'd
needed
you do it
DM. I needed
You know, the
DM.
algorithm fucked up. You know what I mean? You would have been like, hey, Skip, what's up? I was like, hey, pull up, bro. Free of charge. Slide through. Algorithm fucked up, man. A lot of people said they didn't see my posts about it and shit. But yeah, they slid through, bro. About 35 people got to hear the album early.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Where was this at?
It was out in Fountain Square.
Oh, okay.
The admission was to pre-order the album, so everybody there. You know,
Nice. That's a good way to do
hopefully
it.
everybody
Yeah.
pre-ordered it. Nobody gave no fake screenshot or nothing. But
You don't trust niggas.
they slid through, bro. And
He know
the
niggas.
reception was very interesting.
He
to say the
definitely know
least.
niggas.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
How was you feeling in that moment?
I was nervous, bro, because I don't usually. I mean, I do listening parties, but when you present something new to people, it's always gonna be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, you raw right there.
Especially
A lot of people don't be
shit.
honest, bro. They'll tell you it's good. I don't like that shit. Tell me straight up, you like this shit or you don't. And my crowd was pretty straightforward, so I appreciated that.
Yeah,
But,
man.
I mean, it's so subjective. One person to love the fuck out of one song, and the next person to be like, that wasn't my favorite. So you gotta take it with a grain of salt. You can't really like take it to heart because it's just music, bro. It's subjective.
Yep.
Hold on now, Eric who said it best.
I'm sensitive about my
About
shit.
shit.
I ain't sensitive about. I used to be. I ain't sensitive no more because I mean I understand that one person's trash is another person's treasure, especially when it comes to music.
Yeah, you'll be surprised with people
you
like-
ain't talking like a 40-year-old woman trying to get her life together. Take these goddamn one.
As a musician, I learned, man, like you can't. Musical taste is very tricky, man.
Yeah, definitely. As an artist, you'd be surprised what people like when you be like, man, this one probably the weaker one. They be like, you like that shit?
Yeah, 'cause, like,
you
people,
really like that
when
shit?
people hear my shit, they be like, I bet your favorite artist is Nas.
Yeah.
I do not listen to Nas, bro. I do not, bro.
I don't like that sauce you putting on it.
Nah,
Tone
it's
that
like
spice
Nas,
down.
Nas,
No, you fucking with
and Nas is hard,
Yeah.
but it's just not. It's not. I mean, you know what I mean? Like Project Windows is a fire ass
Wait,
song.
we ain't gonna itemize Nas. We ain't gonna itemize Nas. We gonna talk albums. We ain't gonna talk songs.
Nah, I mean, I don't know, man.
Nah, I'm fucking with
I know that
you. He's
Nas
ain't your
is dope.
favorite.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Nas is dope. Like I can't sit here and say he's
Yeah.
good. He's definitely good.
It's
He's a legend.
going left.
But when it comes to like preference,
Yo,
bro,
shit.
It's not intentional for sure.
it's tricky when it comes to preference, bro. Some shit just don't hit you.
As far as like rapping, you say you're not sensitive. I'm not calling you a liar, but I don't believe you. And I'll say this in regards to this. Have you ever just had you like, this is like one of my hardest verses ever? And then somebody be like, And you're like, bitch, what's wrong with your ears?
Nah, people have done that, but then
But it
like I
just
said,
make
it'd
you
be
feel
another
away.
one. Nah, because it'd be the next motherfucker like, no, that shit fire.
I don't care what nobody
And
say.
that's
I don't care what nobody tell you.
I can appreciate.
That's what I
What's
can't
good?
understand. That like it's so subjective, bro. Some
That's
people
that.
just- They
Yeah.
don't like rapidy rap shit. They might just
Rappity
like,
rap.
They might like some simple shit. You know what I mean?
Do you have rapidy rap shit on your shit?
On this new one,
Yeah.
nah, hell nah. This shit's like very easy on the ears.
So it'd be
Accessible.
the way I could just spin it from just what you saying is more of a Tupac as opposed to a Redman.
Yeah, absolutely. All my shit is more Tupac. Nah, King of Indiana was a little more red, man. I will say that.
I wouldn't even go with the Redman shit. It's rap, but it's along them.
It's more red
It's-
man than Pac though. King of
Definitely.
Indiana, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Definitely. And you know what it did? You know what? I'll go for that. I'll go for that. Because it
East Coast
was.
sound type shit. A little bit of East Coast at least. Like Midwest.
Matter of fact, you know who I say? Without the extra emphasis on syllables, I'll say it was more ludicrous.
I'll take that.
I'll go with a more
My
ludicrous
guy
sound.
told me, what do you say? What's that Outkast album?
Quimina.
He kept saying it sounded like that.
It
And
didn't
I
sound
went
like
back and
that.
listened, and I was like, nah.
It didn't sound like that.
It didn't sound like
It
that.
didn't
to me
sound
either.
like that.
He was saying like it's hip hop, but it's like melodic hip hop, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't hear that. I don't hear Quimina.
Damn,
That's
now
a pretty,
you made me
that's
start
a pretty,
thinking
that's a
about
pretty unique album too.
hell yeah.
I don't hear Quimina though.
The Quimina or not, King of Indiana is a phenomenal album. I like that shit, and I'm definitely looking forward to you apologizing for the trauma.
I definitely gotta hear
hear
that.
that shit, man. And I'm not bullshitting when I say this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna listen to the homie HL. What is it?
My
HLF.
Homie Love
I'm
Friends.
definitely
So
gonna
you ain't
listen to
remember?
that. Is it got a like? I might.
Yeah, it's already out and shit. Yeah,
Is it something I can put on the slow jam with my girl?
absolutely. That's what it's for. Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I'm fucking a skit. I can't. I'm sitting too close to you and shit. I'm like, he told me this song.
Hey, that shit it's a mega vibe, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's the perfect word for it. It's a vibe, bro. It's a fucking vibe, man.
That's what's up, man. You got any expectations on the release? Is it releasing everywhere?
Yeah, it'll be everywhere. I always push my supporters to buy music, so I push them to iTunes and Amazon. But I appreciate whatever.
It's only on Amazon. It's only on Amazon and iTunes. That's that. It's not everywhere. No. You can only. It's only for sale.
Yeah,
it's only for sale.
But yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, it's only for sale. This shit's not free.
That.
Yeah,
for sure that. We'll take that.
But
iTunes. Sorry for the trauma. Get that shit.
I'm definitely anything you like for the next one. Is there any artists that you have a desire to work with, or you just cool in your line?
Man, nah, it's people that I look up to my whole life that I love to work with. But if it's just me, I'm cool with that too.
And who was those that you looked up to your whole life?
Your J. Cole's.
Yeah.
A lot of my favorite rappers dead, bro. Pop, Pimp C, and Nipsey, like my
Pimp C.
I don't want you to do no collab with them.
I gotta hear this.
That's three of my top.
I don't want no collabs with them no time soon.
That's three of my
That's
top.
the seance track, nigga.
Time passed away, so only
I'm sorry about your gangster boo loss too. I know you was talking about her.
Nah.
No, bullshit.
Rest in peace to her.
Sorry for your trauma.
Yeah,
Rest in peace to her. Though.
Last time he was dying. He was dying. I'm not disrespecting.
No, I'm saying.
Okay.
Me, not you.
He was talking about he was dying for that compilation. I'm sorry, it never happened. I'm bullshit.
Stop
but
but yeah, my people are still cold. Other than that, I'd probably go with Janelle Monáe or some shit like that. Like, there ain't too many rappers I'm dying to work with.
Yeah, you working with Victoria again?
Allison Victoria.
I hate how good she fucking
She's
sings.
amazing, bro. And I hate that we don't have the resources for her to have the stage she deserves.
Man, I hate to say this, but she sounds like somebody who got record deals. On that song she got with you and Ryan Fest, that shit just is insane to me.
That's what I'm saying. And it's a lot of people.
She should be ashamed for having a regular job. If she got a job, if she go to work, she should be ashamed of herself.
She's amazing. Bro.
Yeah. When you said what the fuck you just say? Oh, the J. Cole shit. It's a little bit of a side note. Did y'all see what he did with the YouTube beat?
Yeah, that shit was dope.
And dude, Batman, I forgot. He got some nice ass beats. He got some good ass beats. J. Cole threw an incredible alley-oop. Shout out to J. Cole for that, man. That was dope.
That should be like a new trend, bro.
It should. He might start one. Niggas gonna
that's dope as fuck.
That's dope
like
as
you
fuck.
don't know what you did for that dude.
That's what
Somebody else did that. I can't remember who did that. They just did a whole fucking album.
You or me?
No, it was somebody famous that did
better than us.
Yeah, somebody more important.
Yeah. But no, man, listen. Definitely a pleasure having you here. Definitely looking forward to the album. Anything you want to say? Tell people where they can follow you at.
I want to say thank y'all first and foremost for having me, bro, for sure. Especially a second time. Skypp everywhere. SKYPP 317 on Instagram and Twitter. SKYPP. You can go to officialskypp.com. All my social media, all my music is all on there. So, I'm easily accessible. It ain't no more SKYPPs doing music. So, it ain't gonna be no struggle finding me.
You can buy the new album.
Solid.
Pre-order it. You can buy it. And if you love it, go buy the other one. Shit.
Yeah, you can buy the other ones. I was going to get the other ones away. But we got to buy all these motherfuckers. But check him out, man, on all these fucking platforms. It's phenomenal. Great music coming directly here from Indianapolis. Y'all don't have to go out and try to find these people who I don't know if I don't see them. 42 Gunna. I'm like, oh, man, I start mixing rappers up and shit. Put them all, combining niggas and shit. Yeah.
Bone rugged thugs.
But yeah, whatever that boom music is. But yeah, anything you got to say in closing? Oh, what you got coming up, Jason?
Just trying to book more shows and probably be up at Helium again coming up next week. just fucking around. I don't know when I was supposed to be hosting, but I don't know when that's happening again. So we'll find out.
I think I saw you at Helium, bro.
I hope so.
Did you was it the Bill Bellamy? Nah, it wasn't the Bill Bellamy. It was
some other nigga.
You open for Bill Bellamy?
Oh, he is
Nah.
Bill
You
Bellamy.
open for somebody, bro, and I saw you.
TK
there, bro.
Kirkland.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. I know you
Yeah.
look familiar, bro.
I was hosting.
Nigga, hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
That's dope. Me and my fiance was there. TK got the joning on me and shit.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Wait. Sit down. I'm telling niggas
You
sit
say,
down.
motherfucker, you always look this corny.
Oh,
It wasn't nothing but the glasses, bro.
Yeah.
We did fucking
that's
6
what
shows,
you
so I don't
always
even
look good.
remember.
I'm gonna ask the nigga that, do you always look this corny? Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
His ass like, boy, you better get the fuck on. Nah, hell yeah, you was hilarious though.
That's what it is. Appreciate it.
Shout out to Jason for being hilarious at the motherfucking TK or You Always This Corny show. But no, definitely shout out to you, man. Shout out to my boy Jason, man. You gotta keep me abreast when you're going to be at Helium again.
That's right. Follow at GoJasonR on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Let's do it together, guys.
Don't lie about that TikTok. Don't lie about that TikTok.
You can follow me on there.
Don't lie. We don't want to. If you ain't on there doing this, I don't want to see
I'm on there.
If you ain't dancing, I don't want to see you, nigga.
If you ain't dancing.
If you ain't dancing,
I'm on there
Walmart doing pranks.
I'm on there making "Did you know" videos.
But again, yeah, we will be back next week. I don't know what day. What day are we on, man? Do we have a concrete day? Are we freestyling? Are we Tuesday? Are we Wednesday?
We Wednesday.
We are now officially on Wednesdays. Woman Crush Wednesdays. So that's a Jermaine Wednesday. Look at me. Look at me. That's all I had to say. Look at me. But no, we're going to thank y'all for tuning in to another fantastic show, another episode of the best podcast you never heard of, The Conceited Knowbody.
Peace.